In this section, we'll be talking about a more advanced feature of the NLU, which is NLU shortcuts and entities. So we start out by talking about intents, and if intents like the one we're in here right now, Oracle issues, are tied to the specific topics and conversations in Virtual Agent, then entities are the specific branches and paths within those topics. To better understand this concept, we're going to take a look at the path we built in Virtual Agent Designer. And here we have the Oracle Access path that we built earlier in the series. So when they are triggering an intent with our current utterances that we have in the model, they would take them to the beginning of the Oracle conversation. And once we've built out this topic, there could be several filters and questions that a user has to answer in order to get where they want to go. For example, is the help that they're looking for with Oracle related to access? Is it a functional issue, or do they just need more information? So they say access. That brings us to the branch that we created. Within access, there are more questions. Do they want to create or update a new user within Oracle? Do they need to reset a password? So there are several layers of questions to get the user exactly what they need. But they don't only have to do it manually by answer questions. We can also expedite the process and take them straight where they want to go if they're specific enough with their utterance. I'll show you what I mean. Using NLU shortcuts and entities, we can take them straight to either the access issue types, which would be access within Oracle, or even a specific one of these access issue types, such as creating or updating a new user. Let's see how we do this. First, I'm going to start by creating a new utterance to be a little more specific towards access. And once you have a new utterance, or with an utterance you already have, you would click on one of the terms within the utterance. In this case, let's say update a user. Now here there are different lists of entities that you can map it to. Open-ended entities would trigger another search. One example of that is when you're building out or linking to the catalog. You can also do a simple entity, and the most common use type will be mapped entities because we're mapping it to somewhere specific within the topic. Here I've already created a couple, and I'll show you how to create a new entity from scratch. We're going to follow the same naming convention that we did when we made the topic. Issue type Oracle mapped. Create a list of values. Security access. This is the branch of the topic we made. That'll be the first level. And the second level, security access update, which would be the specific action. Go ahead and save that. And now we have issue type Oracle, and here are the two specific mapped entities we created. If they just wanted access to the first access question, which would be here, to where they get the list of all the access options, however, they skip the first question, that would be what we're going for. But we're going to tie this, because this is updating a user in Oracle, we're going to tie it to the access user update. And now you can see we have an associated entity up here. And if we test the utterance, want to update a user in Oracle, you can see we not only get the intent that is Oracle issues, but we also have an entity value here as well. And that's how to add NLU shortcuts using entities.